All right, good morning. This is TJ from Fat Boy's Garden with an update on my tomatoes. This year, I did a couple of varieties that I've never done before, one being a celebrity, one being a better bush, and then one being a pink girl. Never really heard of the pink girl before. I found it at the wholesale nursery. And I thought it was an early girl, but hey, this thing, I don't believe it's an early girl because it's got some huge fruit on it. We're going to start over here in the corner over here. Both of these are pink girls. And just look at the size of this fruit that's growing on this thing. And it's just got all kinds of fruit in there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, just on that one plant. And then that one there has quite a bit on it. And then over here I've got a black creme, but the black creme is actually petering out. I'm not sure, but once those fruit turn, the ones on the top are already starting to turn colors. So once these on the bottom turn, I'm going to pull that one up and see if I can't get me a second tomato plant going. And then over there is another pink girl. And once again, this thing is just covered up in tomatoes. And more, looks like they're coming in at the top up there. So I'm kind of proud of that one. I hope I can find that next year. And then over here is the better bush. Never grew that before. The tag said that it'll get to be about 5 feet tall, but that thing is barely 3 feet tall, both of them. But they are bushy. And these actually have quite a bit of fruit in them too, all clustered there together. So I'm kind of happy with that. I might try that one again next year. And then over here is my lemon boy. That one looks like it's going to be prolific, both of them. Because look at the size fruit that's in there. And that's on 2 of those. I don't remember getting fruit that big on a lemon board before. Over here we've got my celebrity. And that's kind of nice, big and fat fruit. And now that I think about it, I think what the difference may have been is this year I used meal organite as the first fertilizer that I put in there. I've never used meal organite before, but if it's going to get me results like this, I'm sold on meal organite. And then I alternate between tomato tone and fish fertilizer. And I just put in some tomato tone in there today, and I think this might be the last time I fertilize since these fruit are so big. And I'm just waiting on them to change colors. Now we're going to go back here in the back. And we're going to see what we can find back here for tomatoes. And over here, I'm on this neighborhood app. And somebody put out there that they had an issue with a squirrel eating their tomatoes. Never heard of such a thing. Well, it happened to me as well. My first black creme that came up on this particular plant here. Yep, that's a black creme. My first black creme that was planted. Squirrel ate dang near the whole thing. Just ate all the way around the outside of it. My very first tomato of the year, and it kind of made me mad, but hey, it's done and it's over with. But it looks like this one here is starting to fruit even more now. So we got all kinds of fruit coming up on there. And then over here is my Cherokee purple. Look at the size of those fruit. I mean, they are just covered up on this plant. And that plant was planted, looks like March the 23rd. And there's his brother back there. It don't have as many fruit, but it's getting there. It's getting there as well. So I'm expecting big things out of this meal organite now that I think about it. My Vidalia onions are doing good. My red onions are doing good. I did pull up the leeks, so I am going to probably take that tag off of there. where I had the leeks and the garlic. Probably gonna pull that up because that stuff is long ago gone or mixed in down there somewhere. The onions are really doing good. The red onions are doing good. And the white onions are starting to form now. So the onions aren't doing bad. I've never really been able to grow onions before. So this is the first for me. And actually my son is who planted them. Because I tried a couple times and decided I'm just not good at growing onions. So my son planted those, so I have to give him the credit for that, but they're actually growing. I get the credit because I take care of them. And we're going to go up here on the hill here, where I do have a couple of early girls planted. And I'm not real thrilled with them because these things should have already fruited. I should have been getting tomatoes off of this thing. And I don't know what the big issue is with these. I know I didn't use meal organite, so that might be one of the problems. But I've got a few fruit on there, but nothing like the ones down below. And I did plant these kind of late too, so. But yeah, it's got a couple of fruit in there. So we're gonna see how all of that plays out. And then over here, that's the last one that I planted. It's not getting much sun back there. No, I'm sorry, those are Rutgers tomatoes. I apologize, I thought it was Early Girls. So I'm wrong. It's Rutgers. But yet and still, they're not fruiting as well as the ones down below. Got a lot of tall greenery, and that's pretty much about it. There's probably 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There might be about 14 fruit between 5 plants. Well, that's gonna do it for my tomato update. We'll probably do another video in a couple of weeks and see how it's going. Thank you much. We'll see you next time.